I'm Jay.
Dylan.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
All right, good.
And where down we
Let's just say that we downplayed the shop from 20 chairs to say 10 chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Problem with that is that you got 10 chairs in there, you're gonna have 10 barbers that's on 10 different schedules.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a client that doesn't like to make appointments and you jumping around from chair to chair, then how is your hairline or how is your hair gonna be consistent? Because everybody cuts different.
Mm.
So you got a lot of people that they cut hair, but they're not necessarily barbers.
Right.
You know, and if you mess around and you're trying to figure out which one of these 10s are barbers and which one of these are just people that cutting hair, you know, you're not gonna get a consistent haircut.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. I've seen people that that's been in shops like that and get their hairline messed up and hair never grows back.
Mm.
All because they didn't want to make appointments. They didn't want to stick with one barber. They figured because there's 10 barbers in here that everybody here can cut. I'm sorry. Most of them shots is always going to be 1 or 2 hacks in there.
Mm.
That's just how it is. It's going to be 1 or 2 hacks, and what are you going to do? You know, your hair grows, it doesn't grow back. I had it happen to a client that went off to college, and he was 18 years old, and I cut his hair for the first 18 years of his life. Very first haircut outside of me. He goes in there, and he's a 300-pound, 6'4" guy calling me from the barbershop crying on FaceTime. I looked at his hair, and I almost cried because I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, my God. He said, what do I do? What do I do? I said, dude, you're going to have to cut all that off. I said, because you're going to look more crazy. That one side that was like this, you're going to look crazy. So do you want to be the butt of everybody's jokes, or do you want to just shave your hair off? So he shaved the hair off, and he went and bought some clippers, shaved all his hair off himself. Buddy went around the back to make sure it was as clean as he can get it, and his hair to this day never grew back.
From the hairline being messed up?
Yeah, he's 29 years old, and it's killed his self-confidence because he's a young guy, but people call him sir. Because his hairline is missing on one side, and it makes him look like a sir. It look like he's my age, you know.
He's never gonna do that
And he can't because he has to shave his hair now.
Oh.
He can't wear his hair even as long as this right now, because that one side of his hairline never grew back. He went from having a straight symmetrical straight hairline across here to where the hairline gets to the side, and he plugged it. I don't know how the barber went from here to there. I don't know.
So how does that happen? Like, how can you damage someone like that?
That's easy. If the barber have his trimmers set too close, and he has the bottom cutting blade over the steel blade, and he goes to hit that part of the hairline, you're gonna cut the skin. And what happens is, if you cut through the first couple layers of the skin, it's over with. You know,
It won't go back.
It may or it may not. That's the reason why it's important for each barber to make sure they perform, maintenance on their clippers. Like me, I check my trimmers and clippers every day when I come in. I take them, tap my neck, this, that, and the other, make sure the screws tight, all this other stuff that a lot of young barbers don't do. We in the military, we call it, you're doing preventive maintenance. You want to make sure that you prevent messing somebody up or tearing somebody up by checking your equipment. That's your job as a barber, to make sure that you're checking your equipment out. These barbers out here, especially now, everybody want to make sure they have the sharpest lines, so they want to make sure that they're trying to get that thing all the way up, but they're not. They might check it here, but really you need to be checking your trimmers up under here or the back of your neck, places that that bruise easy.
Real sensitive.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times that even now that I get a new pair of trimmers and I'm trying to get them just right, and I'm testing on the back of my neck that I don't cut the back of my neck because I'm trying to get everything right. I'd much rather for the back of my neck up and here to be bruised up or cut over cutting the client.
Yeah.
But that comes with the territory. But after a while, when you really get good at it, you know by just looking at it to where the blade needs to be to keep from that happening. You know, and a lot of these young guys out here, they don't know how to set they clippers. All this stuff is stuff that was routine stuff. We would have maintenance days back in the day where hey, if I remember, hey, I broke my cord. I go to the store, I go to the spot, go get me a cord, go in there with my soldering gun and put my own cord on. This is stuff that they taught us back in the day. Young guys out here now, you guys don't, y'all ain't putting no cord. You don't even know how to put cords on.
They don't even using cords.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But during that time, that we had cords and we soldered our own stuff. You know, that was part of the maintenance. We opened our clippers up because you'd be amazed at how much hair gets down in the clippers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you open your clippers up and that's the reason why, you know, that's stuff that comes with the game. But a lot of people out here now, they don't do that. So that's where the game ends up getting messed up because people are not pulling up their maintenance on their clippers and they bruising these clients up.
I think you a poser if you're not knowing about your tools and everything. Like I think, like I don't know, not a poser. I shouldn't say that, but like
it's not a bad term.
I don't know, like if you're not really fully invested into it and stuff like that, like you don't know how to zero gap, nothing like that. I don't think you really want to be as good as you potentially could be or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and I agree with that. You know, but but
I would want a barber that loves his clippers or something like, you know, like
you want to love your clippers, but you want to make sure that whatever clippers you have that they all set properly. You know, and that's the other thing. You know, these guys, they buy these clippers, they buy 1,000 clippers, and they don't know how to set the blade on none of them. A lot of these barbers don't even know that most of these clippers that come out are not preset to even take the ball line out on the fade. They don't even know that, you know. They'll sit there and be trying to knock a ball line out of some clippers that's already preset not to even do it, and they wondering why they can't get the ball line out, you know. And then you got other barbers that think that they know what they're doing, and they got the cutting blade up over the steel blade, and they cutting people all up in the back of their neck, you know. And so it's like, you know, you got to have the ability to be able to pull these maintenance out, being able to sanitize your equipment, being able to use all the stuff to make sure that, you know, you keeping your chairs and everything COVID safe, everything now. And that's where I see now people have gotten back into being unsafe in the barbershops again. You know, so many of these shops that was 10-chair shops are back to normal. Hey, y'all come on in. Y'all, hey, 1,000 people here on a Saturday. One person in there sick and everybody's sick out of that, you know.
Let me ask you this. Out of your 35-year illustrious career, what has you gotten the most enjoyment out of, or what has been the best thing for you about being a barber and that being your profession?
Seeing three generations of family. You know, I got a couple clients that I used to give spankings to. Literally take them in the bathroom because they were bad. Take them in the bathroom, beat them to death. And now they coming into the shop with their kids, and they daddy tell them, "Hey, you might want to sit still. Mr. Lewis gonna get you." and then they like, "Oh, he ain't gonna do nothing." And they be like, "He used to give me spankings." And you see the kid like,
first-hand experience.
Yeah. And then they be like, "You used to beat my daddy?" I say, "Yeah." And they be like, and little stuff like that is nice when you're able to see, you know, 3 generations of family coming in, seeing some of these people, you know, going to the hospital and seeing some of these youngsters going out having their own kids or being asked to come to the wedding and I'm sitting with the family, and you know, instead of me sitting with the friends there, I'm actually sitting with the family because that's the rapport that we have developed over the years, is that not only I'm their barber, but we family. You know, and that's what's rewarding, and that's what keeps you in business, because when you build that rapport, it ain't just a barber client relationship anymore. It's family.
Yeah,
you know,
at the end of the day, you have built countless relationships with people that you have a wide list of resources, and I mean a very wide list. If you need some from glasses
to wherever.
to shoes to
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah,
might need, you
yeah,
need your car
yeah,
fixed,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
whatever the
yeah,
case may be.
yeah.
Um, you have just built this vast vault of connections and relationships with people from being in this business.
And being in this business like that, those relationships right there, it carries, like I said, it carries more than just money, because at the end of the day, you have this stuff, and you able to do stuff within your own network. You don't have to go step outside your network, to do anything. And that's just, at the end of the day, that's what's going to make young guys like yourself. It's going to keep you successful, because if you follow the blueprint that Jay's setting for you right now, you ain't got no choice but to be successful. Same way that I knew that he was going to be successful, because he listened. He paid attention, and then he took my knowledge and he added his own twist on there, and I knew that whatever twist he was going to add, that he was going to be fine. And that's going to be your path right now. Never be afraid to ask questions. Never be afraid to look to see what's going on. Even myself, I go on YouTube and Instagram, all this stuff that I would never have did even 10 years ago, until my young clients came in and said, "Hey, Mr. Lewis, you need to get up on your game right now."
Yeah.
Hey, when they got time to, I grew up where we didn't do credit cards. We didn't do it. One of my own like money mentors. He was like my investment mentor. Always told me in the barbershop, "Hey, if it's cash, keep it cash."
Mm-hmm.
I did that for years. But it wasn't until all this other Cash App and all this other stuff came out, you know, Zelle, all this other stuff. Is when you gotta change with the times. It is what it is. And you can't be afraid to be able to ask them questions. Look at the YouTube and stuff. I've been finding all kind of just products, just looking at some of these other young guys. Now, that's something I will say about some of these young guys. They coming out with some good stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but
Absolutely.
they
I
come up with some
totally
good
agree,
stuff. But
man.
but some of the stuff that's good, they kind of make it. They doing it over the top. These like these enhancements out here now.
Mm-hmm.
People
They
out here,
just going too
yeah,
crazy with
yeah.
it.
You see everybody using black. How are you going to use dark black on everybody? If you're gonna use enhancer, use a dark brown. You get the same look, but you
Right.
got a natural look.
Right.
But I see some of the people that I see them spraying it dark black. I say, oh God, here we go. Or I seen a haircut here not even a couple of days ago. Dude had a whole paintbrush.
A paintbrush.
Had a paintbrush, and he painted the whole line. And then he take the brush and he rubs the stuff in. What's gonna happen?
But I think some of that stuff is just for
Engagements.
Instagram and stuff,
Well,
man. I don't think it got to be.
no. But the thing about that is that I'm not gonna go on Instagram and paint nobody's hair. I'm a barber, not a painter.
Yeah, I think some of that stuff is just for clickbait. But what I would say, one thing that I do appreciate about you is anything that I wanted to know or any questions that I wanted to have that I had, you just told it to me. You gave me the game. Some people, when they quote unquote want to mentor somebody, they try to make them jump through hoops. They try to make it way more difficult than it has to be in order to keep them, I don't know, almost like sunning them. You know what I'm saying? Like this, that, and one thing that you never did is anything I wanted. You showed me, and that's how I operate. That's how I work best. And and I'm sure I put in my own work, my own due
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
diligence.
yeah,
You
you
know what I'm
did. You
saying?
did.
Like I was never a lazy person.
No.
Even now, I'm not a lazy person. But I just would definitely give a shout out to you for that. And any of the older guys who are considering themselves mentors, I would really encourage them to do the same. Like the person that you mentoring shouldn't be stressful to ask you questions. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to, whenever you have a question, you ask the question, I'm giving you the game. Boom. And then we moving forward. And then that's going to help you grow.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one thing that I really appreciate you never did.
And you know, my thing has always been, you know, through all my apprentices is that I never wanted to do you guys how I got done. You know, and because I've seen, you know, just when I look back and I look at how they tried to handle me when we first got into the business, it was way more effective ways that they could have really taught us the business. So it's almost like we got jumped. It's almost like we got jumped into a gang almost in the barbershop. I mean, that's really how it was. I mean, literally, that's how it was. All the way up until them trying to basically teach us how to get customers. Like this one story. This happened back in the early '90s too. We was up in the shop. We the young guys in the shop, so we're not trying to step on nobody's toes. We ain't trying to take nobody's customers. So we're sitting in our chairs on a Saturday, you know, and these guys was running game on us. It's like, hey, yeah, man, you coming up next, man. I'll be right with you. So we automatically thinking that that's they client. And you know, so we didn't do anything to it. So it wasn't until after a while when the shop was so busy that one client was be like, hey man, you free? Can I hey, can you cut my hair? And I'd be like, hey, aren't you Mitch's client? He said, nah, I don't care who cut my hair.
Ooh.
So so me and the young guy that was in there with me, because we the two young guys, we said, oh, so this is what's going on. Each one of the guys in the shop, they would hoid each one of the walk-ins that would come in. Yeah, dog, good to see you, man. You coming up next.
This game.
This running game.
Why they don't want to see y'all win? Like why?
That's the reason why I never did him like that. I never did anybody that ever worked in my shop like that. Because at the end of the day, how can you run a successful barbershop if you're hoarding up all the customers and you got a long wait and these are walk-ins? If you got your customers, send them walk-ins down to the young guys, let them get it, and you can clear the flow, and everybody's making more money, and the shop is less congested. You know, so that's when the 6 o'clock in the morning stuff had started, because we started telling them same customers, hey, you don't want to, hey, we're gonna be at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hey, y'all come on up in here.
It sounds fun though. It sounds like it's fun.
But the thing about it is that even coming in at 6 o'clock in the morning, a lot of times we wasn't even getting out at 9 o'clock at night. We was working from 6 in the morning on a lot of days to 9 o'clock at night, nonstop. We did that for years, you know, nonstop. You know, and the thing about it is that it backfired on them, because instead of them saying, hey, us as a shop need to come together and figure out how we're gonna get these customers together, instead of them saying, us as the fellas, we're gonna haze these two new guys up in here, and then
we're gonna let them eat.
No, they never let us eat. That's the thing. They never let us eat.
But I don't think you would be the barber you are today if you didn't go through that.
I didn't go through that, but I learned. But the thing about it is that I learned right then is that either being in a shop like that, either you have a certain amount of hustle about yourself, or you don't. Apparently, the guys that came in there prior didn't have no hustle about themselves, and they ran them up out of there. But they never figured that we would flip the script on them by coming in at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then the other thing we would do is times where we wasn't slow, we would sit in our car and wait for a client. The same clients that would come in, they would say, hey, hey man, yeah, you come up next. We would sit out there in the parking lot, see them pull up. Hey man, you need a haircut? Yeah, I'm free. And then we were walking right in. So then what ends up happening?
They start getting mad.
Because now all these people that because
that's
we don't
too much, man. We don't tripping.
No,
man.
We don't caught on to the game, and now all of a sudden all these people that y'all were trying to hoard the walk-ins along with your people, we took
half of them.
Then we took all the walk-ins and start taking their clients once we open up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's too much.
But we had a 4-hour jump, and like the way we told them when they was getting mad, he said, hey, y'all didn't. This is what y'all was doing. You know y'all was wrong about doing this. And at the end of the day, y'all not gonna outwork me. It's not gonna happen. Now, if you want to get in here at 6 o'clock in the morning, then you more than welcome to get some of this money. But if you're not willing to get up and grind, don't come in here at 10 o'clock in the morning talking trash, crying. Because you had the same ability to get up out of your bed that I did to get up here and get this money.
24 hours.
Yeah, it's 24 hours. You don't get mad because you got customers out here that don't like to wait and they don't want to be up in the barbershop all day. But that's the shop that they was running and they had been running for the longest. And then once we got all them customers and then we went to appointments, it really pissed them off.
Let me ask you this, and I'm gonna let you get out of here.
Yeah, I'm fine. Go ahead, Cuba.
When the last time you took a nap in a barbershop?
Ooh, man, to be honest with you.
Because I know that used to be a part of that. Used to
that used to be a part. I used to do that. I used to do that all the time.
Part of the barbershop. You take a nap. You gotta get your nap in there.
But to be honest with you, now with the way that I'm running my appointments now,
right.
if typically when it's time, if I need to take a nap, I just go straight home and I stay home. There's no reason, because if you think about it, if you run appointments, you put all your people in one block and you get them all together, and you come in, you knock that block out, and if you're trying to do walk-ins, then you sit around. But like me, once I'm done with my appointments, I'm gone. So if I'm sleepy, I'm automatically done for the day. I'm gonna go home and take a nap.
And I'm just bringing up something to end it off, something vintage that I know that these young guys probably have no clue about how cats used to take a nap. In the barber.
We used to take them in the barber chair.
In the barber chair.
And recline the barber chair. And to be honest with you, back in the day, I would take it. I would take one and I would have a pillow and I would have a blanket and I would recline the chair back,
right,
and I would take me a nap in there. And the funny thing about it is that sometimes when the clients came in, they knew certain people that was taking a nap, you didn't wake them up. If they were asleep, you don't wake them up.
Right.
So it could be a shop full of people who can't take a nap up in there. You didn't wake them up, you know, and certain people you could wake up. Some people you didn't want to. It was advisable to leave because I had one guy. You wake him up, he came up swinging.
That's how I wake up.
Yeah, he's coming
up.
Yeah.
Somebody wake me up.
Yeah. So it's like
That's good to know. That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
That's a fun fact.
But now if you're running your business how you should be running your business. Yeah. There's no reason. If you're working off appointments, you come in, you knock your appointments out, and you get gone. And that's something you do. Once you get your clientele built up, that you have the ability to be able to just knock your appointments out and go home. If you're trying to build, then that might be something a little bit different. As far as you taking a nap. But a lot of times you want to. My thing is this: if you're trying to build your clientele up, this, that, and other, you ain't got time to take no nap. Yeah. You gotta be out here like now. You gotta be out here working social media. You gotta be out here. I mean, even though now people don't do business cards, there's other electronic ways that you can get your information out that allow you to still be your client. But then even now you have to be you almost have to put that even on your social media, the type of client that you're looking for. That's something else that I would highly recommend. The young guys, if you're looking for a certain clientele, you need to put that in your bio on there on what you're looking for, and that goes a long way. Like me, I like for people to be on time. I put it on my bio, let them know that hey, this ain't how many you got barbershop. Mm-hmm. So when
how many you got barbershop?
I have it. You look on. I show you. I got it on the website. Let them know I'm not that barber. You want people to almost know you before they even come to you. Yeah. And it's important that you put the information out there, especially since everything is online, this, that, and the other. If you have a business page or whatever, that you let them know what type of business you're running, because you'll be able to really X out a whole bunch of foolishness by putting certain things on there that you don't have people coming in trying to run game on you. And that's what's happening with a lot of these shops out here. We have guys come in and they come in and check you out, and the whole time they looking to run game. Like the gentleman you just had come in here. He came in.
Oh, somebody came and try to run game when I was. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, that's
no. You need to tell you. Oh, you need to tell you. No, we cannot. Because he don't know the story. You gotta tell the story. You gotta tell the story. That is a funny story. Oh my God.